3. We're live.
2.
No, we're live. No, we
we're
can't
live?
sound like we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sideboard Chat Podcast. Today, our special guest is the creator of Pillars TCG, and he's currently running a series on how to in-depth create your own TCG. Please welcome our first guest onto the Sideboard Chat Podcast, Purple!
Bitch.
What'd you just say to me?
Bruh.
What'd you just
Orange
say?
is better, you know it.
Before we
Mangoes
start
are better
asking
than
orange
oranges, by the
questions, I want to ask a question to you, Alpha Wookie. Why is your mic so fucking garbage right now?
What? Is it garbage?
You
It is
sound
garbage.
muffled as fuck. It's so muffled. You sound like the person that I kidnapped last night.
Really? Really?
Let me actually not continue this. So how's it going, everybody?
No, explain it to me. What do I sound like?
Nah, so
You sound like a
how are you? How's your
bitch.
day? What's your number? What's your social security? And what's your bank account?
It's all a part of the stream. You have to say it.
Yes, come on. I think Orange is like not paying
One
attention.
Of us. One.
Oh, were you
of-
talking to me?
Oh my gosh.
What to the ship?
You are the worst guest we've ever had on Q.
Yeah, you're right.
You're the worst, dude.
See, I was just waiting for Sin Mango to say a social. I thought that's who was being interrogated.
Who is being interrogated?
Mango, I want a social.
Oh my. This is falling apart.
Hey, could somebody get a car battery, and we're gonna connect it to his balls, and we're going to interrogate.
Okay. So, about that. No. Hey, can I get a link to the podcast?
Why? Every time! It's in the podcast section of the HTCG community! Am I not?
I will disconnect
small
you from the
brain.
call right now, little boy.
Small brain.
Try it. No, actually try it. I want to see if you can. He took me out! He took me out! What
Actual
the heck?
clown.
He took me out! How did he do that? No, Slothe, come back! We have a
I had to
guest on.
Yeah, keep disconnecting me. Yeah, let's get distracted.
All right, let's do this though. Come on.
Alright.
Stop playing around, Alpha.
Oh,
Gotta do-
fuck off.
Fuck off.
Oh, fuck
Well,
your
that's
mum. So, we have questions. Do I even want to ask any of these?
Yes.
Do you?
I don't know. So, Orange has a game called Pillars TCG, and currently, I'm doing the art for it. I'm pretty biased, but I think it's a good game.
Oh, so then it must be shit.
No, everything except the art is pretty good.
All right,
I know
I'll
that
take
he's
that.
really good at coloring.
He is, honestly.
You're amazing. I remember you colored something for me, and I was actually very surprised for how well you did it.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, where do you start? Like, when you go about to like start doing your shading and everything like that. I know you choose solid colors, but like, I'm horrible with like determining where light's coming from and where everything bounces. Like, how do you do it?
I guess. Like, honestly, I just put on like 3 different colors, 3 or 4 onto the drawing that I like.
Uh-huh.
And then usually I figure a front-facing, like either a front-facing light or a top left just generally looks better on most cards.
Mm-hmm.
The only times I ever like have a light source is if it's in the background, but otherwise I just assume like the sun is in the corner, and so I start shading from there.
Yeah.
So, I guess I am seeing that. Like, what do you use? Like, so you choose solid colors, but like, what do you use to like create the shadow? Like, do you use like an opacity black, different opacity black, or like, what do you do? Like, how do you choose the color?
I just grab the dodge tool or the burn tool on Photoshop.
Really?
Because the more you dodge or burn, the stronger the color becomes. So I just go over with a light and then go over the darker areas more.
That's such a cool idea. I never thought of that.
Well, what kind of brush though? Because it looks like it kind of blends well, like seamlessly in a way.
Well, I have a tablet, so that's how I do that. Because with the tablet, if you just go over the line multiple times, it'll darken, so I don't have to repeatedly.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's just such a good idea. Like, because I could have never done that with that dragon. Honestly.
Oh, that dragon was fun.
Oh.
Bad Dragon. I love their dildos.
She's such a. She's such a good. She's so well done. I'm gonna ignore the dildo comment. All right. Do you guys mind if I get off topic for just a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So dildos kind of made me think of my friend Frankie, and
What the hell?
he's kinky. He's a kinky bastard. And I think his
So am I. I can relate.
his obsession with sucking on toes is ruining my love life.
Never mind. I can no
Wait,
longer relate.
ruining your love life.
Ruining my love life. Okay. So there's this girl that I'm whining and dining. I don't know how you say it. I'm flirting, and we're like, and so the other day I was just getting this girl's number, and she's like, it's really cool because she's cool with my friends, like where girls in the past have not been cool with the people that I hang out with. She thinks my friends are fun, and she thinks my sense of humor is fun, so I don't have to filter myself around her. So she's really cool. And but she doesn't know about my friend Frankie, who at the time comes around the corner and goes, "Yo, Ben, you about to start sucking on some toes?" He's like, "Ah!"
And that just ruined everything.
Surprisingly, no. But she wouldn't text me for like a day. Like, she did not text me for a while. I was like, shit, Frankie messed it up.
Well, but did you want to suck it up?
Hell yeah, I'll suck her toes.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna show her this
Hypocrite.
stream.
Well, I didn't want to say it to her face. What if she doesn't want me sucking on her toes?
Do it
What's
anyways.
the point, right?
Who says you need consent in 2019?
I don't. Get it over with before 2020 comes around.
Oof.
No, baby, you don't understand. I give you my
You have
consent.
7 people watching.
Oh, no.
Really?
That's too much. Oh! Cogs of War! Oh, Symphonet's on. Hello,
yeah, Cogs of War is-
Symphonet. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Symphonette.
Oh,
Hello, Alex Debo. Hello.
yes, Infinite
How are you doing, Astro?
oh man.
This is a
Definitely.
lot of people.
Oh, yeah, dude. Our fan base is growing. Oh, my dick's getting
It's
hard.
about
We got
to
views.
dwindle after this episode.
Oh, yeah, well.
Hold
that's-
I
on.
have 8 viewers now.
Yeah, well. You can just replace me as host.
I'm gonna post a link to the live stream in my Discord.
Oh, that's a great idea. And give
Yep.
it to Tail Sweet, so we can immediately start talking trash.
Okay, cool. I'll send it to him.
Like, oh, you got him! Roasted my nigga! Yeah! So, Orange, I guess we'll ask you some things. So, bro, your series that you're putting out right now, I know you only have the first episode out, and it's mainly about overview and like how to begin your TCG. Like, where do you go from there? Like, what is your next step that you plan on filming and posting?
The next episode, because I'm going to assume anybody like that was actually following along would have already gotten their overview.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start adding uniqueness.
Okay.
Because I think the first step is establishing what you want to do, and the second is establishing, why should someone play your game over a different game?
Ooh. So, what technically do you think makes Pillars TCG, set it apart from everything else?
100%, I think it's the Pillars mechanic.
Do you want to explain to the viewers what the Pillars mechanic is?
Yeah, because I don't know anything about
Shut
your
the
game.
fuck up, Mozz!
No,
Mozz.
I'm sorry.
How dare you insult Mozz?
I hear him ring in my ears, and he's just saying things.
You can only remember when Mozz was taking a piss during stream.
I have a reflex to just yell at Mozz.
All right, no, but let's get back on topic. What was the?
Yeah. So how does so explain the pillar mechanic and how it kind of fits into your game.
Yeah. So I wanted to do something kind of like Duel Masters, but also I like how in Pokemon they have the prize card mechanic throughout the game.
Yeah.
So I wanted something like that where you have your cards on the outside. And I was testing my game with Pokemon cards initially. And so when I was making it, so my Pillars mechanic is at the beginning of the game, you take the top 4 cards of your deck off and set them aside, and those are your life. Mm-hmm. So those are what are targeted. Yeah, so it's kind of like shields, except a way I wanted them to be an integral part of the game. Mm-hmm. So to do that, your cards, kind of like evolving in Pokemon, your cards can be leveled up in Pillars. So how I implemented the pillar cards is those can also be leveled up in kind of like a field spell or a stadium. And so as you level them up, they get far stronger. And I also have implemented a rule I still need to play test more. But when you play, your pillars are pertaining to different factions in the game. So you cannot play cards of that faction unless they're on a pillar. So I wanted it to be less of just attacking your opponent, and you have to strategically choose how to attack your opponent and which one of the pillars you want to destroy any given turn.
That's an interesting idea.
Do the pillars have men trapped inside of them? And if so, are these men very burly and very masculine?
Don't encourage him.
The delegation has no comment.
Once these men break out, do they go I?
I can neither confirm nor deny the I.
You're keeping the I's a secret, and I know it.
All right, now the rest of them can't hear you, but tell me if the burly men. No.
Yes.
Hello, Urza. Welcome to the stream, Urza.
Yes. Hello, Astrom. Hello, Urza. Thank you for having me on your podcast last week. It was quite the pleasure. Astrom's podcast is quite the different story of ours. They actually stay on topic the whole time, and they know their shit, dude. They just nonstop talk about TCG stuff.
First of all, I would like to say one thing though. I didn't purposely create a very broken card just to beat Astrom. It was actually an accident.
I forgot.
But it did feel good to play Astrom and actually beat him at his own game.
I've done that too.
Astrom, you gonna take that? You gonna invite?
Yes, he is.
You gonna invite Mango on your podcast and duel it?
He's a sub. He's a sub now.
He's a sub. Oh, bro. I don't know if this is safe for podcast. No, I was kink tied. I'll just say it. I was kink tied by my friend Frankie.
Oh no.
Okay. So off topic again about Frankie. The exact same day, he's like, bro, you're not mad at me, are you? I'm like, nah. And he's like, good, because I need to practice my kink ties. And
your what?
His kink ties, where he's learning how to tie kink knots, like how tie people up for kinky stuff, for bondage. And he did like a lot of the stuff on me, and I learned something about myself.
You're a masochist.
No, it wasn't a sexual thing at all. It was just like the rope on my clothes, the tightness was like mad comfortable, dude. Like I could sit on the couch like that and just like, oh, this is the best.
Yeah, so you're a masochist.
No, it was no. It was like almost like, oh, dude, just like what do you call it? Ergonomic.
Brozink is a bottom confirmed.
No, I'm a power bottom. Hell yeah. Oh, Kiro's on the chat. Blow off, Kiro.
You're on the couch handcuffed, but you're doing it your way.
Just watching Netflix. Just put on the next episode of Frasier.
I like to just address Astrom's comment about beginner's luck. Both me and Mango beat you on our first try on your game.
Ooh. My brother beats me at Horizon every time. Like, I feel like the creator can never win at their own game. Like,
I beat make a play for Horizon.
I beat Orange when I play tested him. I think
I mean, lately in my game, because I am kind of biased towards nature when it comes to card games. So I guess I unknowingly made it a bit too OP, but I did go back and I kind of nerfed nature. I nerfed 2 cards. That's kind of their removal. Hopefully it fixes everything, because I've just been getting my ass kicked recently a lot.
Can we just mention how Cogs of War says, hey man, I'm all for pro kink nuts.
I was just trying to ignore that.
Yeah. Symphonite will always have my back, dude. Even if I'm saying like the most racist stuff. Like, I've said some pretty insensitive stuff on the HTCG Discord, and people have been like calling me out like, oh dude, Bros is like racist, Bros is insensitive, and like Symphonite's like, no, he's just joking, get over it.
Wait, people are actually talking about you in the podcast? They think you're racist?
No,
can we get
not the
Bros is a
podcast.
bitch in the chat?
I mean,
On
you
the
did
Discord.
have an ethnic cleansing reference on your second episode.
Which one? Okay, but like, how long was it? Oh, when it said Heil Hitler?
Oh no, when you're pulling the weeds from the garden?
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, and then I said Heil Hitler.
Yeah, that's one does.
Speaking of Hitler, Magic the Gathering created a KKK card.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no.
Okay, we need to get back.
Oh, yeah. So, I wanted to ask you, Orange. So, the pillars, they fit into your... The pillars in your game. How does that fit in lore-wise to your game? Like, what's your TCG about?
Well, long story short, essentially, I did the classic, like, magic deities or whatever give power to the land, because I'm not creative.
Yeah.
But essentially, I had, there were 6 deities that were establishing power in different parts of the world. And once they died to preserve their power, they had them instilled in some pillars. I have a lore video that goes more in depth. But so those gave them more power. But after someone tried to harvest the power, mortals weren't allowed to get it. And thus all of the pillars lost their main power. So then the nations had to create smaller pillars to sustain what they could of the energy. I know it's weird, but it made sense when I wrote it.
Like, now that I'm saying it out loud live on television, I don't know if it makes sense, but it made sense on paper.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
You know what? You're not the first person to say that on the podcast, unfortunately.
I think it was me, right?
It was.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yes, the card was Incite Prejudice.
No, it was Invoke Prejudice. Get it right.
No, it was Incite Prejudice.
It was Invoke.
It was. Let me look this up.
Plead the Fifth.
I just googled it, and God, that is a very KKK.
That is a very KKK card. Yeah, right.
What's funny about it, right, is that instead of White Hood, it's Black Hood. This is clearly a card that represents black supremacy.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Change it back.
If opponent does not match the color of you, that card face the card. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna send this. If you can put this on the stream, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, easily.
All right. I'm sending it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody just like blurt out some of the letter get read a certain way.
Fun fact: no one knows Obama's last name. Isn't it Osama?
You are
Yeah.
a clown.
And like,
It's Osama. I don't get it. Obama Osama.
Obama's Osama with love.
Mario
It's-
Mario.
I think it's Biden or something. I think it's like Biden or something like.
What is that?
Biden. Biden.
Oh, Biden Poseidon.
Oh, Biden. Oh, it's like, bruh.
Obey your Poseidon. Welcome, cool kid. Welcome to the stream.
You're late, cool kid.
Exactly. He's usually
no,
the first.
he's not. He's not late.
He's always the first one and the last one to leave the chat to get in.
That is true. Oh, I sent the image, by the way.
So,
This
Orange.
is so bad.
Before we continue with the actual serious question, how many polygons are in your penis?
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
important.
as I said earlier, at least 3. On a good day, there can be 4, though.
3? I thought you said 13, bro. That's nothing.
Are you going
Well,
to
see-
insult our guest on the podcast?
Well, see,
Yeah.
I mean,
my
you got a
penis
baby
is
dick.
still
You got a
only-
baby dick. So.
My penis is still only in 16-bit.
Invoke
so-
prejudice.
Oh, okay.
If opponent does
I
not
see.
match the color of you, that cunt pays the cost. So do you want to go in depth on that, Mango?
Oh well, you see, so like when two men kiss, it's not gay. You see, a man is a negative, okay?
No,
But-
see
and,
that
and a
man,
woman is a positive.
that doesn't add up. We've already covered this. It doesn't add up.
No, the only
It adds
non-gay things are traps, okay?
Oh.
No, you follow them.
Traps are gay.
No, let me explain you the
I'm
math.
pretty-
Stop sending
I'm
that to
pretty
me! I don't care if you think the dick makes it cuter! It's gay!
It makes it gayer. You're gay. Stop sending me traps. Stop sending me anti.
Have you seen that video, Orange?
No, I definitely need to.
Yeah. There was just some guy yelling at the top of his lungs about people sending him like traps and hentai in his DMs, and he's
We've all
saying
been
that
there,
it's
though.
all gay. So, Orange, do you have a favorite HTC creator besides? Please don't list any of us, even though
It's
that would
Oversoul.
that's physically impossible to do. But don't.
Send Mango. It's Astro.
Let me see. I feel like I do have one. I just need to remember.
You can list a couple if you can.
I don't. I haven't played much of the games, so that would be an issue. Yeah, I think I've only play tested 2 games.
But
I
do you,
did.
But do you have a favorite content creator then?
Or just like whatever looks interesting. Like what out of all the so I guess we could change the question to like out of some of the HTCGs you've seen, which one looks the most interesting to you?
I mean, I will say, as much as I joke about it, I actually did have fun playing Astrum Cross. It wasn't my favorite, but like, I did have a lot of fun in that one. It is a very well put together game. Only problem would be the spelling and grammar on the cards, but
Yeah. Did he let you use the dark deck?
Oh yeah, that's how I won.
Yeah, same.
The dark deck is so OP.
It is.
I've already destroyed my voice like 13 minutes into the podcast.
I will say,
Well, then maybe you
Nevix's
shouldn't
game
fucking
looks
do
really
that.
good.
I'm sorry.
It is really good.
Nexus, you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nevix is.
Nexus's game is so good, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
I haven't. It looks interesting. I want to play it. He hasn't really.
Yeah, I don't
made
know.
more
I don't
of
know
it.
much. I think he posted some rules at one point that I read. I
I
can't
thought you
remember.
said. I thought you said he posted some girls, and I was like, ah.
Hell yeah.
It's
Hey,
like,
man.
oh no, Nexus, don't.
Hey, yo, 19 backwards is 91. I like him with experience.
No, no.
Okay, I have something important to say. Kuro just sent me a YouTube video about guy raging about traps in anime.
Yeah, that's the video. Probably. All right. So
Yeah, I think that's my favorite one I see updates from.
I don't usually. Yeah, no, dude. Nexus is somebody I really want to get onto the podcast. Like, I've been DMing him about it, and he's pretty excited about the idea.
Yeah, please do, because I really want to see more about his game.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait to get him on. I feel like he could be slated for like next guest, like probably next podcast. Who knows?
Ooh, we have 9 people watching.
Yeah, I know, dude. We peaked at 10. It was crazy.
We got to 10.
Yeah, we got to 10.
And we're only 24 minutes in. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing really well. I can't believe. Thank you everybody in the TCG community, like really for supporting us. I did not think that people were gonna like our podcast, and
Same.
we went out on a
just
limb.
like to laugh at it.
Well, we went out on a limb. We just did something that we wanted to do, and we appreciate you guys supporting us. So thank you from the bottom of the Sideboard Chat Podcast's heart. It's beating machine heart that goes.
Is there any
that runs on the domestic violence that Mozz suffers every day? We thank you.
I'm gonna get key lime pie.
Thank you.
Is there? I forgot what I was going to ask.
Okay.
Actually.
I will also give a quick F in the chat shout out. I thought Galactica looked really good.
Galactica. Yeah, quick F for the chat, please.
Galactica, you mean?
Can we get a
Galaxy?
Can we get a 25 million year back in the chat, please? Thank you.
Ah, of course.
Shut up. What happened to Galactica?
Oh, his hard drive broke and it deleted everything.
No.
So he's
That's
he's
gotta
axed his
hurt.
game.
No.
That's
What happened? No.
Yeah, so he said he's like, because that's so discouraging, he's not making that one anymore. He's
Oh,
working on his second
no.
project.
That sucks.
Well, at least he's not giving
That
up
hurt.
completely.
Yeah, he's not giving up, but it's like that's harsh. I would have killed
And
myself.
a lot of effort went into that game, so F in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, thanks, cool kid. You gave us a JoJo mama.
Yeah, Jojo Mama, she's a nice lady. She deserves more respect.
And then you disrespect her.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Yes. So, did you guys want to talk about... we have a few things. I don't know, so... Maybe this isn't a big deal, but did you see the guy who the new guy who was dropping in, and he was making a game and didn't know about Terrazone?
Actually,
know
I
about
don't
what?
even know about that. I heard
Oh, yeah,
about that.
I
but
heard
don't
about
know
that.
anything about that.
So there's a new content creator who was making his card game. He put out like his first couple videos, and he was naming his game Terrazone. And there's already somebody, a long-standing community member, like 3 years now, called Terrazone, who's been putting out their like have a lot of content like put out on their game, and they informed them to change the name, this and that, yada yada yada. My question is, should we care as a TCG community that our names are original? Like, I know that we shouldn't try to copy each other, that kind of thing, but like, should we worry if somebody accidentally comes up with the same name for their game?
I think it's fair to ask them to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and I think it's less of a wanting, like, for me as a new creator, like, it is devastating to work on something and then look and it turns out someone's done the same thing, even if it's just a name.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like nipping it here, just all the creator has to do now is change a name. So
Yeah,
I think
no, it was.
Terrazone did
I
that.
personally think it was a good thing, yeah. But I was just wondering if anybody else thought, like, oh yeah, blow off Terrazone, put it as, you don't have to put the guy in his place, that kind of thing. I didn't know if we had any differing opinions. But like,
Hold on, be right back. I gotta scoop my.
I mean, it'd be different if he named it like something like "Welcome to the Terror Zone."
But yeah,
then
something
I would
like
say
that.
it's a bit different.
or
But if it was exactly the same, then yeah, I see no problem with him acting to.
I hope that he just like switches his name, like barely changes it, like he
Which is its own terror.
or like puts a zero where the O is. No,
Just adds a 3.
Or no, he should change his name to something like Terramorph or something. Just like keep the basic idea and keep going with the game. Like honestly, Galactica breaks my heart, dude. But like that kind of thing's hard to recover from. But like if it's something small, like a mechanic that doesn't work or your name isn't, original or something like that, you can bounce back. Your game can definitely bounce back. So never give up on your game. Always keep trying because it's worth it. If it's truly your hobby, it's worth it to keep going. So
like I went through like how many, like 3 different name changes before I went with Oversoul. I mean, Oversoul was still a concept. Yeah, Oversoul was still a concept. It does have a personal meaning to it. Just I didn't call it that in the beginning. In the beginning, it was Soul Fight, and then Soul Fight Links. Then so yeah.
Kiro adds on to this topic point that it also adds security to just your brand.
I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is important, especially considering like most people buying your HTCG would be buying the other ones. Like you have the exact same market as a creator here, so it would be very important to make sure someone isn't just like, oh, that game seems like a copycat or whatever.
Yeah, I think communication is extremely important in communities like this, especially when we're small enough that it's not like, how do I tell Coca-Cola to switch to blue? I want the color red.
That's a fair argument, though.
What? To want the color red?
Yeah, can we patent the color red? Could anyone do anything about that?
Yes. Like,
Really?
one might...
But it's just the color.
No, I mean, no, as in, like, we could do something about that. Like, one can't just brand a color. I don't know, though. I mean, you can brand the name, like, so, if Bear takes a hue of color that has not been named yet and calls it Midsummer Semen.
Ooh, that's a good color.
And dang, now I'm thirsty.
And then sell. Thirsty.
I too am feeling a bit parched.
Midsummer Semen. Dude, 11 people? What's
Bruh.
that?
People now.
No, we're at 11. Oh, don't stop. You ruined it.
Oh, we're at 11.
Yeah.
I want to patent the word patent, so when anyone says the word, I can sue them.
Yep. Sounds about right, Kiro. No, did you
Can I copyright the word copyright?
I don't know. Copyright's a weird thing, dude. Did you know
Over at 11 again.
Did you know Nintendo in 2010 copyrighted the phrase "It's on like Donkey Kong"?
You're sure?
No. Like, in all seriousness,
That's
they have
amazing.
copyrighted the phrase "It's on like Donkey Kong."
It's on like that.
Oh dear.
Where did that even come from? Like, was that just something in the movie?
No, I'm pretty sure it's just something black people said.
Okay.
Please use the correct term, thank you.
Sorry.
Chips.
No! We have to end the cast here! I'm packing my bags, boys! I already had my suitcase on the bed with that last one, but then, ooh. Let's not start a race war.
Can we pull a Frieza?
But the only race is NASCAR.
Alright, so let's get back on track.
Alright, so what's up with the team building TCG thing?
Oh!
Please, somebody. I know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay? I don't.
Why?
Okay. For this reason only, because I'm lazy and I would be dragging down the whole thing. I want to kind of be a part of it, but I know, like, okay, I wouldn't, like, nearly support almost anything that the game does. We'd have to, like, all determine the rules or something. How would that, how does it work? How does it work? Are you guys making the art, or are you just making the cards with the art on them? Like, what's going on?
Well, the way it kind of started was well for our team anyways, because I'm the captain of our team. We kind of just all sat down. Slothe came up with the theme, and then we kind of just built around that. It was at the moment it was just me and Kiro, because everyone else was like doing their own thing. They were all busy. So we both came up with different ideas, and then we actually in the end kind of fused our ideas into one. And then we kind of put it as an idea. So it wasn't the final thing, but in case somebody wanted to add it on or change something or suggest something else, we did put it. We did put the idea in the chat and let everyone know. Ashram Cross came and put his 2 cents, and I kind of feel like it actually is going along a lot better because of him. And so now we've got our own thing. People are still adding ideas, but we have different teams now. So one for art and one for design, for like art design, and we're kind of splitting it up, kind of like that.
Should we say what our theme is or no? No, right?
No, because Orange is on the enemy team.
Oh, that's.
I mean, we'll see how long that lasts.
By the way, it took 5 hours for you guys to come up with an idea.
Yeah, I don't want to be too mean because I'm pretty sure our captain's in here, but we voted on a theme that he didn't like, so he vetoed it. So.
Ooh. So what was the theme?
Well, I don't want to say if you guys aren't saying yours.
Okay. Oh, I see. You actually went with it?
Well, our thing is about prostitutes, actually, collecting a lot of different STDs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's our game money.
Well, that's the theme of any game.
Ooh,
No, I'm actually really curious. That is our theme, though.
Is it really Mozz? Mango.
Mozz.
Mozz is still in the back of my head.
That's kind of scary because he is underage.
It's Texas.
It's the South.
Get in line, boys.
Yeehaw!
Hey, that's not your word. That's not your word.
Hey, I'm
Anything
from
else
the
you wanted to know?
Missouri.
No, I'm from Florida.
I too am from Florida.
Ew! Ew!
Bro! Florida man.
You're from
Florida man.
You're from America's dick? What the heck?
It's America's armpit, actually.
No, it's American's
Hey,
dick.
no, I'm proud of being from America's dick. I'm just a pimple on America's dick.
So you guys are a bunch of lice, just living.
I mean,
on
I don't
America's dick.
know.
That's how dirty we
I
are.
like the right dick anyway, so.
Oof. Ooh. Urza has stated STD gotta catch them all a woo. Can we shut down the podcast now?
No.
I want to game in myself.
Ooh makes it better.
Actually, that's an
Wait,
O1, not an E-woo.
Hold on. Ashram says Sinmingo is worrying me now. I think he is hanging too much with bros. I mean, am I saying
You've not changed at
what
all.
is scaring you?
Seriously,
what is scaring you?
He's not changed his all. He's the same as he's always been on the podcast. If anything, I'm swearing more. I'm saying more profane things. These people are changing me.
Sorry, my dog walked into my room. I got the pie.
So
I'm gonna call him Little Urza.
You're like, sorry, I had to mute my mic. My dog walked into the door.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you?
My dog
well,
walked
I
in.
guess dogs bark. What am I dumb? I don't.
No, he wasn't barking. Like my door was open, so then my dog walked in.
Oh man,
He was like, "Arf, arf! Give me the damn food, you damn idiot! Come on!"
So
oh snap! We gotta like.
What? Oh
Yeah,
snap! We got a like.
dislike.
We
We
gotta
got
like.
2 likes?
3
We
likes?
got 2 likes.
A dislike?
That it's still a thumb.
And that's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
let's.
thumbs up
yeah,
or
cool.
thumbs down, one way or another. It's going in my ear.
No, but is there anything else you want to know about the team building thing?
Yeah. Why?
What?
Why? Why are we doing it?
Well, why not? I think it's fun.
Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
A bit, a smidge,
Oh, just a smidgen.
Yeah.
a little sprinkle.
I feel like you
I
guys
think it's pretty fun.
should use voice chat when discussing these things.
We do.
We do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes. We have our own Discords for it. Each team has their own Discord.
Oh.
Clown.
Fine. Honk honk.
Yeah. Shoot.
Man. So I think let's move on to Orange's video series. Orange currently is producing a video series in which he goes in depth to the process of making a TCG. And technically speaking, his first video goes over the overview, like how to decide some things about your game. Mm-hmm. And technically speaking, as somebody who's been doing this for like a long time, I shouldn't have to need to watch it, but I watched it and my mind was blown. Honestly, like the content is just incredible. Just he's saying things that I just never thought about.
Yeah.
And I never thought about putting my game on, like I've always like sketched ideas out on paper, but I've never thought about organizing it the way that he's putting it into words. I feel like Orange is right when he said that you can't possibly sum up how a game is created in 20 minutes on a video. And I think what you're doing is a really, really good idea. So you've already kind of covered like what you want to go over next. But like how many videos are you planning for this series? Like what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm planning, first off, thank you, it really means a lot, because when I had the idea, I was trying to figure out if I actually wanted to do the series. But I feel like I'm just going to do as many videos as it takes. I want to actually, not to the point of making it a published TCG, because that gets to the point of just a lot of making cards. But I want to fully flesh it out, kind of around where I'm at with Pillars, to where everybody gets to see every single step in the process, including when it inevitably fails and you have to change your rules. Because, at least for me, when I was watching a lot of those, and I'm not saying they're necessarily bad, but one example I distinctly remember was when I was getting into this and getting excited, I watched Scribbles with Rachel's video on making a TCG.
Aww.
And she goes, all right, here's a binder I made. You should make a binder, and then moves on. And I was like, well, what the hell am I exactly supposed to do in this? All right.
If you
put all of your ideas here.
If you watch I remember exactly what you're talking about. And I have a binder because of Scribbles with Rachel. I was like, all right, I guess I'll put it all in a binder. I feel like if you go back to the old videos that we used to think hold up, they don't hold up anymore. Like Chaos, Galaxy, Scribble with Rachel, all that doesn't hold up anymore. It feels like the plane is shifting. Like everything's shifting now. Like we all want more.
Have you guys seen the newer videos that some of those creators have been putting out? Because let's face it, I can see any other reason except for views, which I don't really mind for them to be making more.
Yeah.
Because they're not like an update. They're supposed to be a different video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing tons of videos popping up in my feed saying how to create a unique TCG.
I hate that.
And they're absolute shit.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. All these videos are art videos. None of them tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even the art tips don't reflect. They reflect the individual artist's style, not for anyone.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just creating this because I got so frustrated when I started because nobody makes good videos on it.
Orange. Can I suck your dick? Man.
Please do.
What? Can I do it?
All 4 polygons.
I actually have experience.
Oh.
Slothe! You're like every other gay man I know. You bring it up every second of your life. Shut your mouth!
Actually,
hey, I do it to bother people. I do it to purposely bother people. I'm a little different, slightly, just a sprinkle.
Oh, you're just a special little something.
Yeah.
Actually,
I died of Mario Maker.
What, Mango?
I kind of agree with Orange with the fact that most of the videos that say how to create a unique TCG are shit.
Yeah.
When I was starting out, I was inspired by cards at home, but I was still kind of like, how do I even start? So I would look around and kind of shit. It was more of like some art stuff is what I really wanted to look for. And I actually, and I really couldn't even find any. Like there was the tips for the art was shit. How they go about creating TCGs kind of shit because it just, I don't know, like it felt very vague when they try to give tips and stuff. I even tried to make my own, but mine's just focused on how you can actually make the art instead of having a computer. You can just use your tablet or phone for digital, and that's what I did. Really, I never really went in depth. It was more for like for artists who want to have digital art and try to do more with their stuff.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen a video from Scribbles with Rachel.
Really?
I've seen like 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's honestly got some good things. She's really unorthodox. I'm gonna say it.
Unorthodox.
No, I'm saying it now. What she does is she hand does her cards, all of it on paper, Copics, everything, and then she says, for this next step, go outside, put it on the sidewalk, take a picture of it, and then crop it on Photoshop, and then go over like the text with like digital text.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. That was actually
the way she makes cards. Gosh, dude, I thought that was crazy even when I was starting out. Like, when I started in the TCG community, or at least started watching videos, I created my channel in 2016, but I probably didn't upload stuff until like 2017, late 2017, maybe early 2018.
yeah.
But I made it mainly to, start commenting, that kind of stuff. And when I was watching her videos, this was the first time that I was doing everything digitally, that I wasn't hand doing everything and making only like one copy of each card, yada, 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 that kind of thing. I think everybody does that at some point.
Yeah.
But seeing that was like, even I know that's not what I want to do. That's weird. I mean, I don't know. Like my first digital cards were all in black and white. It was either black or it was white. There was no in between.
Alex DeBow says Sin Mango is cool.
Ooh. Oh, thanks. Thank you, sir.
Can we kick DeBow
can we-
off?
How about you leave this innocent angel?
Angel, huh?
Yeah.
Little do you know that
He's a dub.
DeBow would be in jail right now if it weren't.
I actually think it's pronounced Debo.
All right, Debo would be in jail right now if it were illegal to eat soap from dispensers in Tennessee.
Ooh. Wait, is it actually illegal to drink from soap?
No!
You're. Oh my god.
I actually am going to do it now.
Why?
I'm going to just make a YouTube series.
And you know what?
Of me
It's not
traveling
just
across
Mango.
America.
It's not just
Drinking
Mango
from
I
soap
have this problem
dispensers.
with. I just say stuff with a straight face and people are go, wow, really? Even though it's the most batshit thing they've ever heard in their life.
Hey, I would like to say, I want to talk about the best player in my game who just so happens to be a cheater because he played the game wrong. But it's not his fault. I forgot a certain rule in my game. Lately I've been getting my...
Is it cards at home? Is he cheating
No,
at
it's
your game?
Kiro. Kiro does TCGs. He's actually been beating me a lot, but the reason why...
Kiro doesn't exist.
And yeah, he's like Australia.
Oh, Kiro, yeah, upside down, banned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like Texas.
I thought so too. I was pretty sure he was Texas too. He could probably go to my school for all I know.
All right, so let's
All right, so but you were saying that. So your plans for the future for the video series, like I completely agree that it's basically an open market for the tutorial of how to do it. People only ever make one video. I'd say that probably other people have done what you're doing, but nobody has done it in the way that you're doing it and as well as you're doing it. I think you're on top, and like that you're capitalizing on this opportunity, and it's really, really cool. So like, what are your? I know that you're just gonna put out as many as you need, but do you have like a plan?
A plan for what exactly?
Like so you're going to, so you don't know how many videos it's going to take, but do you have a plan going, okay, you have a skeleton of like all that it takes to make a TCG, and you've got like the ideas that you want to talk about like written down?
Yeah, so I don't have it written down. I need to get around to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going about it essentially the same way I did Pillars, because I've made enough trading card games. I know what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing it in like the order I would do it, but I'm trying to purposely set it up so anyone could watch any video at any point.
No, that's smart.
Because, like, for example, I'm going to talk about uniqueness next, but some people want to do the theme and lore of their game after they get the overview of their game, because that's what's important to them.
Mm-hmm.
While, like, lore is probably going to be later in line, because, honestly, like, I'm very much in the minority here, but I think lore is the least important part of a trading card game.
I agree.
No, I can agree with you.
I agree. Unfortunately, I like mechanic wise, yes. Game wise, yes. But somewhere in my heart, I believe that lore is a crucial part to a game.
Well,
somewhere in my
think
heart.
About Yu-Gi-Oh's lore.
Mechanic.
It's stupid.
What is
Nobody likes it.
Yeah.
It has
What
nothing
lore?
to do with the game.
Oh no, I think Mango's angry.
What lore?
Exactly.
Like they had an Egyptian thing, but then they just dropped.
Not even. Like they started with Egyptians and like normal fantasy, and then now it's like, oh shit, Max C, look at all these cockroaches in between your fucking I don't know even what it was, like a fridge.
Dude, fuck that shit. There was a main character who legit had cards that were basically junk.
Oh
it was
yeah,
fucking trash.
But what about the Karibos? Those are Egyptian.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, weren't they like Pharaoh advisors or some stupid?
I don't know, Orange. Do you?
I watched the show, but that's as far as I got.
I just watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and got everything I know from there. That's the easiest way to digest
on
it.
time Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Kippo Nippo is
Kippo
very
Nippo,
upset. Kippo Nippo.
Hippo Nippo. Speaking of Hippo Nippo, you guys should go
Kippo Nippo.
Oh my God.
and tell me what you think of that profile.
Go
picture.
to Kippo Nippo's channel right now and just tell us what you think of that banner. Oh my gosh. It's a work of art.
That banner and that profile picture.
That profile pic.
So well.
Holy mother of all that is holy. It's like my
welcome back,
clit
South
is quaking.
I am upset. Good, you should be upset. Your profile picture made me upset.
What's with the mouth? Is it a tongue? Did you like paste like a new chin, like so that his mouth could move up and down like a puppet? I don't know what it is.
Alex DeBose says, why are you talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? We're not talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! We're talking about why my clit is quaking.
Oh no. We can't. Stop.
I actually kind of want to ask something, right? So I kind of learned from Ashram Cross when we were doing when we were working on our game for the con, and this has something. Oh, what was that? Okay, this has something to do with card games and being broken. So he was saying that in Japan that the card games over there they're just busted. They're naturally broken. If it's already broken, then you can't break it anymore. But when they bring it over to the West, they kind of fix it so that it's not like very broken. What do you guys think about? If
I've never played a Japanese card game enough to say
okay.
like.
But would you say that
Yeah.
would you want card games? I'm sorry. How do I word this? Do you think that is a good idea for the card game to already be broken so that you can't break it more?
I would very much disagree with that because I kind of see the logic of if everything's broken, nothing's broken.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that ruins deck building for me, and that's like the entire one of my favorite parts of a game.
Yeah.
And especially because one of the things I have seen from a lot of even if they have been imported, a lot of the brokenness stays in Eastern style games.
Mm-hmm.
And just pack opening in them is not as fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you're just oh, I can put these all in a deck and see how it goes.
So,
I don't know.
What kind of experience are you looking for in a pack opening?
So first off, I have a very big addiction to pack opening.
Oh yeah, dude! Chemicals go off in your head for sure.
Yeah, I've spent so much money.
Dopamine.
So wait, have I told you guys this one? When your brain sees a dope mean.
Oh yeah, okay, Slothe. That is my favorite frog.
Is it really?
I was in class one day and stumbled across it. And I've loved it ever. It's a purple Indian frog.
What are we talking
cute.
about?
It's about to go up on the chat.
Look how dummy thick that frog is.
That is dummy thick.
It's a purple frog. That's legit just
The image name is Perps.
Perps?
Yeah. Perps.
Is it really Perps? I love it. That's his name.
Oh my gosh! Make a card. Oh.
Yes, I'll make a card.
Oh, look at him! Woo!
Okay. I actually have another question though.
Yeah, go for it.
So the thing about the broken thing, what would you think about? Because I kind of try to. I feel like just playing cards for free. That's the cutest frog I have ever seen. Anyways, I think playing cards for free can get a bit broken. One thing I did was that there was a limit. There was a cap to how many spells you could play because spells in my games are free. But what would you say if there was a kind of fix the brokenness, but fix the game to where it's not as still kind of chaotic? I guess you could say a controlled chaos.
So hold on. So do you guys know what Commander is?
I know it, but I don't really have a play group for it.
Commander is Magic, but it's got a lot of different rules and it's got a lot of different things that it allows.
Because so it's not Magic.
It is Magic. So what it is it's Magic, but your deck is 100 cards. Besides a lot of other stuff, your deck is 100 cards, but you can only run one copy of a card. So a lot of broken cards are allowed. Almost every card in the history of Magic is allowed because you can only have one of it in there, and that makes the mana curve so high because everybody has access to every overpowered broken card there is. The game just has explosive stuff that happens just constantly. And so that's something I feel like creators should explore more is, well, if you're going to make something overpowered, why not just make sure that the game is explosive no matter what? Some crazy stuff is going to happen no matter what. That it's not just your creature becomes an 1,000 creature and it swings for lethal when your opponent's life was already 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mean that kind of explosive. I mean some crazy stuff.
Destroy that triggering this guy's ability that destroys something that triggers another ability.
Yeah, and you just win from all those triggers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so because that there's something like that in my. How good is control in Commander? Because for my game, the whole it does get very explosive, but I feel like Maybe it's just me, but like aggro just seems to be way too good.
Oh, yeah, aggro's disgusting. And Orange actually talked about this in his.
I feel insulted.
Shut your mouth, Slothe. You're bi. You don't get an opinion.
Aw.
Well,
Wait, I get half an opinion.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and say.
I think.
Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. So Orange actually talked about this on his last video. Was that he hates steamrolling, that gaining this impossible momentum at the beginning of the game that just can't be stopped. It's not fun for anybody. So how do you stop steamrolling? Is aggro a problem? Like, what's the deal? So is aggro a problem to you guys? Do you think it's something that shouldn't be encouraged in games?
I don't think aggro is bad, but I feel like it shouldn't be worked on too much, if that makes sense. That you should try to focus more on playstyle, because aggro it's really easy to make, and it's really easy to sort of happen on accident.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be in my opinion, because I'm trying to do it now, I would just go for working on the other type of playstyle, so tempo or control. But I do think that
so are you saying
if you focus too much on it, it can be a bit of a problem.
So are you saying like let aggro come about on its own, but like don't design your game to like encourage aggro?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because aggro will obviously come around on its own. People will find a way to make the game fast.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think
look at Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Fox only, no. What is it? No
I'm a
items.
puff main.
Final destination. Fox only. Restock.
Use Falcon. Spacies only.
So Orange, what were you saying?
Yeah, I think so. I actually love aggro. That's what I play in most games. Well, I controller aggro, but aggro's just fun.
Yeah, it is. You can't deny it.
But there's a very distinct difference between like a steamroll and an aggro. When I think of aggro, I think of a strat that you attack with everything you've got. You're very quick, very explosive. But the second one thing goes wrong, everything topples.
Yeah.
Like I think of it kind of like, and this is probably dating my esports experience, but like a StarCraft tournament when someone decides to build up their army at the very start of the game and attack. They either win or they lose when they do that. Like, it's guaranteed. If it works, they win. If it doesn't, they instantly lose the game.
Yeah, that's
how
like
I like to see aggro.
There's a saying about aggro players, or at least burn players in Magic, that if you haven't won by turn 5, you've lost the game.
Yeah, most of that's true.
Yeah. So the point of burn is just
unless you're playing goblins.
Oh my gosh, goblins!
Goblins are the best.
They're cancer. I love them.
I want to build Rakdos goblins, black-red goblins. It's gonna be fun.
Are goblins like toads in Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, they're worse. They're like, so, what do you call them? Tribals in Magic. They're usually the main point of playing a tribal is that each people in those tribes, they like bounce off of each other. They play well together. Goblins, elves, slivers, all different kinds of things. They just give each other a different ability.
Oh, slivers.
Tree folks. I don't think tree folks work well together. In Magic.
Do people even play tree folk? Be honest.
I would love to try to play tree folk. I want to play cat.
Cats is fun.
Yeah, I have a white green breaker deck with a Johnny as my oath breaker. And most of the cards in there are cats, and it works pretty well. I'm just sitting there getting a whole bunch of tokens and a whole bunch of +1/+1 counter while healing myself until I feel like I want to attack.
So I've got a good friend, Jared. He just turned 14 in September, and I built him a Cats deck for his birthday, and because of like some discount stuff I was getting, I was able to build it for like $30. It was like, it was like tournament ready. And then after I added some stuff like Beastmaster's Ascension, just real quick, I told him you could actually do well at a tournament. And so I take him to a tournament, and he's thinking to himself, oh, I can get something like 3rd place. And I tell him, you got to work for that. And he gets in there, and literally everybody is playing aggro control, is playing to control aggro decks. Everybody is running blue. Everybody is countering every creature that you play. And it was just a nightmare. I did not have a good time. He did not have a good time. Because I play mono green elves.
I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
Yeah. I play black green. Black green is like...
Yeah, I'm about to switch over to black green elves.
Dude,
honestly.
Dude, yes, join us. Join.
I know. In a recording, not necessarily a podcast, when we were doing one of our practice recordings so we could get used to each other, I was ranting on Mango so hard for him playing green-black. I was like, that's not real magic. Dredge isn't real magic. That's not good magic. This and that, you know.
I'm about to make my black-green deck mixed with making it's a dredge deck, but I'm going to throw in some scavenge.
But so orange. So then what's the difference between aggro and steamrolling? So steamrolling is like, so aggro is explosive and it can fail, but steamrolling is, what is it?
So steamrolling is momentum. It's momentum that just doesn't break.
It's just a combination of ramp, power, block ability, just all that all in one.
And then so it doesn't even have to be an aggro deck. It could just be a control deck, but your opponent gets a bad starting hand. Oof. And almost every game, if you have a bad hand, you just lose.
Yeah.
Even if you have mulligans in your game, that doesn't mean you're going to get a good hand. Mm-hmm. Or when you finally do, you don't have cards to do anything.
Well, that's unfortunately, if we've all decided that our hobby is something like card games instead of board games or something like that, we've all come to terms with that bad hands are just something that determine the game. That card games have like a lot of luck in them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a part of it, but that's why in the game I'm making on my series, I'm like, why don't I just see if there's a way to mitigate that, to make your starting hand maybe not as influential.
So how are you, like, if you're comfortable with discussing those details on the podcast, how do you plan on doing that?
So I briefly touched on it in my first video, but I'm trying to implement like points as if it was a sport, because and I was just thinking, like, everyone talks about that one Super Bowl where the Falcons were winning 28-3 over halfway through and they lost.
Yeah.
But that's big reason they were able to was because there's a halftime. So that got me thinking, like, and like I played a lot of sports in high school and middle school and elementary, so I was like, hey, why don't I just and we had tons of like losses and wins after a halftime, so I was like, I'm going to try to do that. So I'm trying to implement a way so that there's a halftime within the card game, but not necessarily a 2 out of 3. I don't want to do a dumb like you just keep playing multiple games, because you can do that in any game.
Yeah, because that's how I think most card games try to mitigate it.
Yeah. So my game can still be 2 out of 3, but what I'm thinking is I'm still trying to figure out how I want the halftime to happen, bouncing some ideas around. But I want there to be a halftime or whatever where just it stops no matter how many points someone has, so that it's not someone has to win and then it goes back. It could be really close or it could be a really large margin, but then it'll restart and they're going to draw new hands, and then they're going to, from there, have another chance of winning the game. Mm-hmm. But it's also not they have to win 2 games now because of that one really shitty hand. They can just win within that one still.
That's I'm honestly intrigued as to how you're gonna pull it off.
I have some ideas.
Yeah, obviously. I'm really excited because he's not only like developing for everybody the process of how to make a game, but he's also developing a game at the same time while he's making the video series. So hopefully a card game that works by the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It's also given me a nice break from Pillars, just because I've ended the fun part of making a game, and now I'm with the tedious making cards portion.
Yes, absolutely.
And I need to work on my art, and I just sit there coloring, and then I go and try to make new cards. And making cards is, very tedious. And as you can see, I don't want to be like mean and throw shade, but like Chaos Galaxy's new set shows like he's gotten to the point he just makes the very first thing that comes into his head, because it is not fun. Almost all his cards are just the same card with a different stat line. Like, it doesn't change at all.
That's floating rock with non-floating rock on. This is the thing that we do.
Can we get a stone blade in the chat?
This is a thing that we do in every podcast.
Alex DeBow says Slothe is better than Alpha Wookie.
Yes. Next question. Mango, what were you saying?
Oh no, this is a thing we always do in every podcast.
What?
We just say whatever we want about Chaos Galaxy.
Oh yeah, we talk mad trash about Zach.
Yeah,
I love the guy. Honestly,
what do you think? I do too.
Like,
just it's easy. It's okay.
It was a huge inspiration, but that doesn't mean it's a good game.
Yeah, he ain't safe.
It's not a bad game, but it's not good.
Ooh. So what would you do to change? Okay, so what would you do to change Chaos Galaxy? How you think it would fix it? Like make it better.
All right. I think the biggest fix, because obviously there's that it's too slow and all of that, but that's how he built the game, by doing zones. So I'm not trying to do an overhaul of his game.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, and there's a huge argument in the Chaos Galaxy Discord about this.
Really?
But he needs, it was a few months ago, but he needs to change the planet cards. They're the focal point of the game, and they're absolute garbage. Borrow's the only one that does anything. And all it means is you only play your Borrow cards in the planet's form, because the cards are trash if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he made a game, like, this is why I'm stressing the overview so much in my series, was his overview was the planet cards, and then he forgot about them when he made the game. There's one card, I think it's like his Syndian, that every time one of your Syndian...
the dark one, right?
Oh, no, it's Sindel. Where every time one of your Sindel is destroyed, you get 1 point. That's like saying, having a magic deck that the entire point is, hey, when one of my guy dies, I get 1 black mana. That's not good. Like, the cards can be good, but his premise is just useless. I feel very strongly about Chaos Galaxy.
Oh, I think everybody does. I almost have no opinion on him. When I hear people hating on him, I go, a human being being attacked. But like, I know that a lot of people actually have either like really love his game or have a problem with his game.
And like, the only reason I have actual problem, and like, it's just because I played it some and it was fun, but it was just lacking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like, my main problem is just a lot of his videos, to me, he perpetrates that he like kind of has, I'm getting kind of off topic here, but like, to me, he kind of like perpetrates that he has the big game, and like, this is the game you should look for guidance, and it's not. Like, the reason it was inspiration for me wasn't his game. I've never thought his game looked that fun. It was more of he managed to get his game off the ground and sell it.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like essentially the first to do that. Like, that's huge, and I really respect that. And that's why I started making a more professional styled game. Especially because I love pack opening so much. Opening my own pack sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I really feel like they're, and I've thought about making a video about them before, but I don't want to cause unnecessary hate.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's something that I worry about sometimes, especially with our podcast, is like, when we comment on something or when we just like talk about people, are we going to start? We don't know what's going to tick something. We don't know what's going to start drama. Like, I'm okay with Mr. Monster hating us. I'm okay with that. There's some people that I literally could not give two spots about them hating us, and he's not really a part of the community anymore. He can't really like affect it, I guess. So there's a difference, but like I don't want to talk mad trash about somebody like I don't know, Sinfinite, and then all of a sudden there's a divide. We say something.
Yo, Sinfinite's a bitch.
You're not wrong. No,
Until some...
I mean, I feel like there's nothing wrong with really talking about anyone. We just have to try to be. We just have to try to not only talk about the bad but also talk about the good. You know?
Yeah. So like
when we went with Coke
There's
TCG,
good in this world.
we did talk about a lot of the bad, but we also try to talk about the good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I know Cool Kid was saying some stuff that his game looks dumb and stuff like that, and I don't think his game looks dumb.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's just it really depends on kind of like how we give off our opinions and stuff like that. So I feel like we need to do.
Just be respectful, be constructive, but also be our same asshole selves.
Exactly.
How do we do that? I don't know. So
Slothe, you a bitch ass, but I love you. There you go. I did.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
No, really, you shouldn't have.
Oh, Cool Kid says, Slothe is the best, to be honest. Why, thank you. You have good taste.
Gross.
Alex Debo says orange is better than alpha.
Why, thank you. You have good taste.
How do you know how Slothe tastes? It's disgusting.
Wait, you don't know how Slothe tastes?
I don't.
See, bro, you don't know
Describe
anything. It's a little salty, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but I
I
like.
taste you.
I mean, who would want to eat?
Oh,
Florida?
yes, daddy.
Okay.
So what's the next topic?
So, so I think Orange's hot tip in his YouTube series that he's doing is, he didn't call it this, but is to make a chaos cube of cards from other games, smash them together, and then play them like they're your game. Like, and you would determine like how different things would work if it was playing out the way that you want your game to play out. So I don't disagree. It's a crazy idea. So if you're taking more than one game and smashing it all together and seeing how it all works, it may be a bit more difficult. But I created this game called Spirit Bomb with Pokemon cards, and it started back when I was just like opening booster packs with my brother, not actually buying the decks. And we just made our own way of playing Pokemon that we knew how to play, but we didn't have the means to do it. So what we did was each Pokemon in your bench, whatever typing they were, counted for an energy that you could spend towards the Pokemon in battle. So if you needed 3 lightning to spend on its attack, you needed to have at least 3 lightning Pokemon in play to use that attack. But it was kind of just all that was really different about it. But it eventually developed into something that we turned into a game, and that game turned into other things, and then that turned into Horizon. So I don't disagree with the method, but like Orange, like more specifically, how did you do it?
So, I usually only do one game and then maybe add a second or whatever, because a big thing for me is when I do this, I like directly look at the stats on the card. So if I want something like an attack or defense, but I'm still using a Pokemon style, I'll put in some Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just to me, I always start very, very small. By just playing, like, for example, I'll play Pokemon like you were saying and just change the rules of how energies work. And if I like that, I'll be like, okay, let's try something new. So, like, for example, Pillars, I was just literally playing Pokemon by myself, as one does, at first, to try to figure out what to do. And then I realized prize cards were kind of cool with how they did that. And so I decided to change how the prize cards worked and make it, like, it was kind of weird. So to do it, instead of creating my own thing, I dissected Pokemon. So I grabbed I changed
Pikachu.
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit.
But I changed one small thing by I can't remember exactly what I did, but I made you like gain something from your opponent's prize cards or something like that. So it's just something slightly different. From there it elevated. So,
And
like,
then the rest was history, am I right, folks?
get out. But anyway. But yeah, so I don't know how to, like, describe it well. It's kind of weird. But I don't know. I just think adding rules to other games and then taking away rules. So, like, for example, like, if you want to do milling, then just start your game by playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but milling. Like, for example, milling based on every 1,000 in your card's attack, instead of doing, instead of trying to make a game. But, like, that's what a lot of people, I feel like, really struggle with, is they throw all of their ideas together and they make their cards, and then, like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
They get frustrated and give up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually do this sometimes with my Vanguard cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah,
I just change the rules around to make it different. You know, see what you can do. And it's not stealing. Just want to throw that out there. It's not stealing. You're just taking it, but you want to do something different with, trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you look, I'll throw in my game Pillars as an example because, I know the most about that. But there's a lot of elements you can tell are taken from other games, but there's no, like, you don't look at it and then think, oh, this definitely was Pokemon when he first started playing it. Like, you don't see that at all. I mean, there is leveling up, but it doesn't play like Pokemon.
It doesn't.
But then, like, because another example about that is Chaos Galaxy. Like Zach has said, it started as Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, that was how he started playing it. And there's one thing I do like about him is his series where he shows his old trading card games really shows the like how Chaos Galaxy evolved into what it is. Because his first games were essentially just Yu-Gi-Oh. But if you look at it now, like, I don't know about you guys, but I would not guess that he started by playing Yu-Gi-Oh when making that. Like, it just is nothing like Yu-Gi-Oh.
My game's Sad Magic. It's on depression pills.
Oh no.
I'm honestly trying to nurse it back to health. I don't know what to do.
I don't even know what my game is. It's just capitalism.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's just capitalism.
I actually like your game.
Your game is more like Hearthstone.
It's like Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh.
And like capitalism.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
That is an interesting thing I'd like to mention. I'm just bringing up Hearthstone.
Oh dear, here we go.
Every time we talk about Hearthstone, we got Cool Kid in the comments.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the game itself. Because it's that, and Sylvan mentioned something in the chat.
Alright, talk about Blizzard being fucking horrible.
No, it's actually like Hearthstone has the like guild faction, whatever. I didn't play much of it. To pay to win, but they had like their specific. You can only play cards from your faction in your deck, and Sylvan did the same thing in his game. And I've always wondered with games like that, what do you guys think about how the balancing goes? Because personally, when I played Hearthstone, there were just some factions that you just couldn't play. And so when I'd open a pack, I'd be like, I love that card. Why am I not allowed to put it in a deck? Like, I don't know, I find that kind of interesting, the way, because I'm used to like a Magic standpoint where if there's one card you really want, you'll find a way to put swamps in your deck.
Yeah. It's called putting swamps in your deck. Just making a 66 deck card deck.
What my brother played when he didn't know the rules, used a 40 card deck.
Ooh.
How did that go?
Very well, because he always drew the cards he needed.
Really?
I was actually maybe thinking that depending on what he put in there, it'd throw off like his curve.
Well, he played a very aggro deck, so it just meant he only drew the aggro cards he needed to win before he got milled out.
My brother makes he plays mono white weenie, and what he does is we pulled a Leyline of Sanctity out of a booster pack, and so he just like main boards that. He puts it in his deck, and he figured out a strategy that if he knows his opponent is playing Spell Sling, he just London because of the London Mill, he just does this. He London Mills until he gets it in his starting hand. So even if he's down to like one card, he's got it in his starting hand. He puts it down, opening play, and the person basically scoops because there's no way to win from there.
Wait, I don't even know what any.
So Leyline of Sanctity, what it does. So if you have, there's a series of cards in Magic called ley lines. And the passive of a ley line is if it's in your starting hand, you may cast it for free before the game begins. Right? And Leyline of Sanctity, what it does is it makes you hexproof. It makes you as the player hexproof. You specifically cannot be targeted by spells. If your opponent is playing like Spell Sling, like just all they do is just throw damage spells at you and things like that and affect you specifically, they can't play the game. So my brother makes people mad with that strategy, and it works. Like people just, he'll just like he won't go down to like 5 cards, but sometimes he just does it. People think he cheats. Like
what is London Mill?
London. Okay, so this is an interesting topic. So Magic. As the standard was changing, introduced a new mill to the game that they're trying out. The regular mill that Magic had was if you decided to not keep your hand, you would mull. I'm sorry, it's not London Mill, it's London Mull. You would mull and you would shuffle your deck, and then you would draw 6 cards instead of 7. You would draw 1 less card each time you would mull. What London Mull is every time you mull, you still draw 7 cards, and then if you say you keep that hand, you just shuffle that many cards from that hand into your deck. But so the way the old mull would work is at the beginning of your turn, if you mulled, you'd scry 1. You'd look at the top of your card of your deck and decide whether or not you want it on top or bottom. I personally like the London Mull. I know some people don't like it at all. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, okay.
But so, like, the point is London mulling is different from the regular mull because you get 7 cards in your hand every time, even though you're going to go down to, like, say, 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
You still get the maximum possibility. You get that ley line in your hand, and then you just play it for free at the beginning of your turn and just shut down the whole game for your opponent.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting card. Like, I'd say probably like the other 2 good ones that I like to think about. There's a blue one I don't know the name of, and there's also like a green one I don't know the name of. The blue one, what it does is it gives all spells you have flash. So it just can be cast from the beginning of your turn, and it lets you cast your spells at any time during any person's turn. And then there's the green one, which is all creatures which tap for green mana, tap for double green mana.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty quick.
Actually, kind of want to say this. I'm reading the Cool
Yeah.
Kid wants to talk about Light Seekers. I don't really know too much about it.
I don't
Do
know
you
what
guys?
Light Seekers is.
I don't either.
Light Seekers, because when that came out, I know there was a one YouTube who was looking forward to it. I think his name was Negative Legend, and he was trying to compare that it was as interesting as Chaotic, which, but
Oh, I
I
remember
think
chaotic.
it had a
Chaotic was the first card game to ever go online. Like, it came with
Yeah.
redeemable
Yeah, like
codes.
we wouldn't have Hearthstone without chaotic.
Yeah, legitimately, we would not. Chaotic was the first online card game. The cards came with the redeemable codes on the card so that you could play them online. So even if you just had one copy of the card, you could put all 4 in the deck online. It was pretty cool.
That's dope. I've never played Chaotic, but I always wanted. I heard it's having a reboot.
Is it?
Yeah, they're actually going to do
I know
a reboot. They went to
Bakugan's
bring
having a reboot.
Yeah.
they went to
Oh, I
bring
had
it-
one.
Yeah, Bakugan is out already. But Chaotic, they're going to reboot the show, get that going, and when people, if there's enough people that are into it, then they'll release the card game. And I believe they said that the new card set they'll do. They're not going to start over. They're actually just going to continue the card game, so you'll be able to use the old this with the newer cards.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Really dope, really dope. Man.
So,
So
I need to
Yep.
stop. I was going to ask if you would suck the creator of Chaotic's dick. I need to stop asking that. Why is that my go-to icebreaker?
it's because you're just low key gay. It's okay.
You know what?
He
So
has a
many
little
people
Mozz
say
in the
that.
back of his head telling him this stuff.
Huh?
He has a little Mozz in the back of his head telling him this stuff.
Tell me
But,
what the
well-
voices are telling you. Shit on that lady's car. They told me to
Alex
kill people.
DeBow says, "What is Sin Mango?"
Sin Mango is a mango sin or without mango.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I used to call him my mango-less friend because sin mango literally translates
still
in
do.
Spanish to without mango. So there.
What is the other questions we have?
Oh, so I wanted to go a little more in depth on the Chaos Cube thing.
Yeah.
What? Who? Slothe! Slothe! What are you doing?
I'm playing Mario Maker.
Stop!
No.
What are you doing?
You
We
can't
played
stop
25 million years back on my phone.
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
Oh my god, Mozz!
Turn it
damn it!
down!
Now I'm doing it!
me.
Turn
Okay,
it down,
okay,
Slothe,
fine.
gosh. Oh my gosh. So Orange has his Chaos Cube. I called it a Chaos Cube for no reason, but like there's do you guys know about Cube? Like in Magic?
No, I don't play Magic.
Well, all right, Mango, do you
I
know
should
about
though.
Cube?
It seems really interesting.
It's really
Say
fun.
what?
Honestly, I think it's like this may be like against this may be popular opinion. I don't know. This is maybe normie opinion, but I still think Magic is the best card game on the market. It's
I
honest.
disagree. Really, the only thing that holds it back for me is Mana Screw and Mana Flooding.
Yeah, I know you said that before.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Just get
Why
good.
is Sir Godalak going like
Duel
"Eee"?
Masters is the superior version of Magic, even though it's just Magic Light.
but so
Get cultured.
Mango, do you know what Cube is?
No, I have not. This is actually
You're cutting out.
Is there like an online version of Magic the Gathering I can play?
Yes.
Magic the Gathering Arena.
Yes, play MTG Arena. Honestly, it's really good. It's completely free.
I stopped playing MTG Arena because I actually starting to like the company less and less.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know why. Because of their because of the thing they did with all the guys.
Yeah, I feel like I don't like it when companies try to get political.
What happened?
Well, for one example, they actually laid off a lot of their white males.
Oh, fuck
that work
that.
there. Yeah.
I hate it when people act like, oh,
we need to get rid of these hard workers because they're not minorities.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Because you should try and stay professional, Slothe, stay off the maker. Okay, that's why you're screaming, because I was playing Mario Maker.
Who said that?
Goldalot.
Goldalot, you know what? Thank you for backing me up.
I don't care. You are a little baby that goes wee wee wee.
Slothe has done it
I'm still playing Mario Maker, and I'm still talking to you. So you wanna know what? You can fucking drink my titty milk. I don't care about.
I would love to, Slothe.
This just in: Florida man tells viewer to suck his titty milk.
What else is new though?
I don't know. But go on with the cube thing.
Oh yeah. So do you know what? Oh, all right. So here's more questions. Do you know what a draft is?
No.
Draft is kind of like where you get a whole bunch of cards and everyone takes turns taking cards to make their own deck with the cards in the packs.
Oh shit! I actually do know what a draft
used to do that, I believe, in the tournaments.
Drafting is so much fun. And what cube is you as the player, like you and your friends, just put all the cards that you want to draft into a quote-unquote cube, and you basically design your own set with the frequency that you want the cards to occur, that kind of thing, and you draft from that cube of cards that you've got. And
that's actually really cool.
It's really fun and it's really cool. You basically get to design your own set to draft from, and this is my opinion, that it is the superior way to test your game. If you make like a cube for your card game and randomly distribute cards and force your players to like play different like factions, play different combinations of stuff, you find things that you didn't think you were going to find. Honestly, I encourage this kind of gameplay, like figuring out, like playing your game that way. If you already have the game figured out, try drafting your own game. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds pretty cool.
I would, but I barely have enough cards.
I have like 40-something cards right now in my deck.
Slothe, I keep telling you, for your game, the less cards the better, because it takes away less attention. It takes away more attention from the case of the ugly, which is your crown jewel. I think you should just stop making the game now and just preserve it behind glass where it is.
Well, you're right. I should cease production.
You should come to work for Oversoul TCG for free.
If I actually got paid,
That's not work. That's volunteer work.
If I got paid, I actually totally would work for you.
Dude, I wish I could. I wish I had to just put in, all my time into Oversoul. Shoot,
man. So hold on. I guess this brings us around. Why do people pay so much for? I work at an ecological center over on my campus, and I'm a graphic designer over there. And one of the contractors who was having a meeting over there, he contacted me and he said, "Hey, I need something edited. I need the background edited out of this image, so it's just the statue, so that I can put that on a presentation, so that there's nothing else but the statue." He's like, "Can you do that for me?" And I go, "Yeah." And so I just spend like an hour and a half on this project. I just feather the image, that thing, it's just real simple stuff. And he's like, "So how much should I pay you?" And I go, I honestly don't know what's appropriate. I don't want to like say something that's too high. And at the time I was thinking $10. I was thinking,
God.
I was like, $10 for an hour and a half. Like it's like something I do as a hobby. And I was like, just pay whatever you feel is comfortable. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable with how much you pay. And he sees me like a week later and he puts a $20 bill in my pocket. I have no idea why the market goes for so much. Like
it does feel weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is labor in my opinion. I feel like you should get paid well for your labor, but
it's your intellectual labor.
It still feels weird. You're doing something you love. You normally just do it just because you love to do it, not for the money. So when money does come in, it's like you don't know what to even go for.
Yeah, seriously.
It just feels weird.
I know some people. I have a friend who can imitate any art style, like that. People go, "Hey, can you like do something in this style?" And he'll do it. And he charges like $50 an art, and he's going. That's his job. Like he just does that. He does not work a job.
I wish I could fucking do that. Damn.
Me too. Holy cow! $50 an art, and
hey, my
commissions
are open. I'm charging $50. Let's go, guys.
All right. Yeah, everybody, please.
Let me read you his story. One day, he bought all the magic cards in a Walmart. Gosh. And it came out to $50. And he didn't know how to pay for it. I don't know.
Yeah, you lost me.
All right. Walmart was $50.
What? What? What'd you say?
You spend like $60 in a Walmart just to buy 3 decks.
Yeah.
Like three guild kit.
Guild kits. Oh, dude.
Yeah. I love the guild kits too.
Oh, dude, they're just so nice. They just bring back some old memories.
Especially the lands. Oh my god. The Golgari lands are amazing.
Oh, those lands, dude. Gosh,
I actually want to know, what is your favorite game? Like, not just HTCG, I mean like TCG in general. Orange.
Oh my, whose favorite game?
Orange.
Yeah.
Like my favorite TCG?
No, just like your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. If for like current rules, probably MTG. I don't play that much anymore, but like growing up, it was old rules Yu-Gi-Oh. That was so fun. Like up until the Synchro era.
Oh man, yeah.
Like anything past the Synchro era, I have essentially no fun playing. But like like for example, like I love using my like old school Armed Dragon deck. That's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
See, I really like Yu-Gi-Oh. And then probably Magic as the second. Like, or maybe Pokemon. I don't know. Those three, the main three, but but it all like I think old school Yu-Gi-Oh would be my favorite because to me, and I wasn't playing like competitively, but it felt so much more balanced than the other games.
Yeah. Remember when slowed down control was like the meta rather than being so fast?
And just like never attacking because you just get yeeted by trap cards. That was my favorite.
Yes.
Okay, so can you guys explain something to me? Because I hear about it, people usually joke about it. I don't know. Can you explain Pendulum to me?
I have no clue.
I have no idea.
Okay,
I stopped playing during the XYZ because it was bad, and then these things happened.
Pendulum is the cross between monster and spell. When they came out, they introduced 2 new zones, the pendulums, one on the left and one on the right. The pendulums have 2 different numbers on them called the pendulum scales, and you set up the scale depending on which zone you put it on. So one could have a scale of 1 through 8, and the other one could have a scale of 7 through 10. So you would want to put the 1 through 8 one left scale so that you're using the 1 because the 1 would be on the left side and the 10 one on the right because same thing applies. And what you do is you'll be able to see, this is when they started it, it was you could special summon as many monsters could from your hand with a level that is between those 2 numbers. And it was so broken. They try to fix it by saying you can only special summon one monster. It's still kind of broken, because it's a free summon. But yeah, that's basically what pendulum summoning is.
So
and
what's
then
the
link
point?
summoning? And
Link summoning is because now it was an attempt to slow down. They added two new monsters, a new monster zone called the extra monster zone, because you can no longer summon monsters from the extra deck onto the normal 5 bases there. So what they did was they created link monsters where it's kind of like XZ. Well, it's basically XZs, except they don't have defense points. You can't put them in defense mode. They're always in attack mode.
Imagine your game being in so much shambles that you just are constantly just.
But yeah, you would summon the link monsters into one of the extra deck monster zones, and you couldn't. And once you occupied one extra extra monster zone, then you couldn't occupy the other. But yeah, the link monsters themselves would have arrows that pointed to different monster zones, and you could summon them there. It did slow down the game a bit, but not as much as you would probably hope. It was still kind of fast. I can OTK with my Destiny hero deck.
One turn kill, dude.
Yeah.
One turn kills. One turn kills are really hard to pull off on in Magic. But like
somebody almost OTK'd me in my. I fixed the card.
Huh.
Well, I feel like to me that kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier with the games in Japan, just they're broken completely.
Oh yeah, holy cow.
Because
yeah,
but
attacking turn 1.
But to me, like
turn 1 Exodia.
Those explosive plays are fun, but like, isn't it more fun when it's super rare? Like in Magic, when you get an OTK, it is the best feeling. Like,
oh, dude,
yeah.
It feels like so good
because you have to build your deck to OTK, and
and
usually
then
it's a 5% chance. Yeah,
I've done that with slivers. It feels good when you do it with slivers. It was a white.
Oh, as the
white,
opponent
green, red
of slivers, you feel so bad.
Oh, dude, I bet.
Slivers are amazing. I love them.
My favorite.
I just wish they had more lore.
My favorite OTK in Magic that I know about is a fling. What it is basically you play a swamp so that you can play Dark Ritual, which is a card that says put 3 black mana into your mana pool. So it's ramp for black. It's an alpha card, and what you do from there is you use that and you also sacrifice some Simian Guides. Basically, what you do is you just cycle enough red and black through that eventually you just have enough to summon a wall of blood, which has the ability that when it enters play, you can pay life to give it that much plus toughness, right? So the point is to bolt your opponent for 3 damage, and then from there, when you get the blood wall in play, you just give it 7. You sacrifice 17 life, so you're down to 3 life. Give the wall 17 attack points, and then from there, use the last 2 mana you have to cast what's called a fling. And it's an instant that says sacrifice target creature, deal damage equal to that creature's toughness power to any target. So basically, all you do is you just bolt them, make so much mana that you can summon this wall, and then just chuck it at their face. Just turn 1. That's amazing. It's a really weird play. I don't know. They reprinted Fling in the standard, so I'm wondering what will happen.
I just think that the best way to win in Magic is door to nothingness, and I stand by that.
It's to what?
Door to nothingness.
You can't say it's not the most fun thing.
You know,
Especially because it's worded target player.
Yeah.
So if you're playing like in like a 4 like 8 player game, you just choose who dies.
Yeah, it's honestly, oof. Yeah,
It's not a competitive card, but
it is not. Basically, what you do with the card is it's an artifact that you play. You pay double Wooburg, which is it's just all the colors in Magic. So you have to pay all the colors in Magic twice, and it just basically goes, a player dies. It's just, and apparently it's only $1.28 on TCG. It is. What the heck?
My favorite way of playing or winning MTG would have to be Flying Infect. Flying Infect is amazing. It's so fun. Actually, I was actually hated in my group. They actually banned me from ever using any type of combination of black and white because that's what the deck was. It was black and Flying Infect, and then it was like, okay, you don't want me to use Infect anymore? I'll use my Extort. And then they just hated that. Okay, I just fused the two and made a Flying Infect Extort, and they just hated me. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
So, do you mind going off a little off topic real quick?
We've been off topic.
We have not. We've been talking about TCGs.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, go on. What's up, Mucha Lucha? Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about Mucha Lucha?
Mucha Lucha.
Oh yeah, now Slothe is interested.
No, it's not that I haven't been interested. It's just that like I can't really put any info.
I know because
I
we've been talking about
knowledge.
nothing but Magic, dude. Sorry.
Which is fine. I don't have a problem. I want to possibly get into Magic because it sounds interesting.
It's
just that, like, I don't know.
It's a fun game. It's just the whole Blizzards thing with Magic.
I'm just more interested with Oversoul.
Yeah.
Hey.
okay. Just mentioning Oversoul, and it's not just Oversoul, it's that whole style of game. I hate triggers so much. I was beating Cool Kid. He suddenly gets like 2 triggers that wipes my field, and I lose.
Yeah.
Like, I hate them so much.
Was he playing green?
Yeah, he was playing Amazon.
Okay. Yeah, I fixed them. I actually nerfed them. One fight is level 4, and Exactment is now I think level 7 or 8. But it is a trigger still. But instead of destroying it, it gets sent to the owner's soul gauge. So it kind of benefits the owner. So I kind of nerfed it. Yeah.
I don't know, because I do like the added surprise of them, but my problem with so many trigger cards, it's not just Oversoul, just those games in general. They're like good cards and they have trigger effect.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you not put those in your deck?
Sir Goldalot makes a point. Slothe, only kind of pick up like physical Magic. Only start playing Magic physically if you have like actual people.
No friends that play Magic.
You have no
Do you
friends.
have a locals?
Yeah, like a local game store.
I do actually, but
You should totally check it out.
It's not as local as it should be. Because keep in mind, I live in Miami.
It's in the deep south.
Yeah. Here
They
in the
still
south,
segregate the sides of. They still segregate the store. You've got black tournaments and you got white tournaments.
Don't forget the yellows.
And then they segregate blue tournaments over here, and then red tournaments over there, and green tournaments. Don't get me started on green tournaments. It's all swampy.
You sound like a mono green player.
I hate all of you.
Okay, then stop doing the podcast.
Let's talk more about Oversoul.
No, I doubt anybody wants to hear about that game anymore. That game, that's more popular.
Guys, we should talk about Bizarre Nature.
I feel like
Bizarre Nature, more like nature is bizarre.
Bizarre in nature, more like an update every 6 months.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh, get wrecked.
Yeah,
I
man,
can't really say
I
much.
have a life.
Slothe, get off the podcast. Orange is your new replacement.
You wanna know what? Okay.
Okay.
Used to say Orange just isn't another me though. What if Orange
Yeah,
is me?
I agree with Sir Godolot. Magic is a bit He says that Magic is too much of an open do it. Yeah, it's best to have friends.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I have you guys. I can play Magic the Gathering with home.
I mean, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
We could play, dude. The majority of people that use tab.
What? Say that again?
Yeah.
Say what?
You're cutting out. Say that again.
I was saying that the majority of people that use tab players, like that's the most active game on Untap.
I mean,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
that what it
You're
was
cut
made
out
for?
again.
Oh,
I think so,
that's
yeah.
a good idea. I never thought about that. Yeah, we could totally teach Slothe to play like that.
Yeah, dope. We could do Oathbreaker. I actually really want you to try out Oathbreaker. You said you never played it, right?
Yeah, I've never played it.
I think you might like it. It's interesting.
So, like, do you think Semi is Mozz?
Yes.
Because Mozz has alternate accounts. I'm 100% sure Semi is Mozz.
Yeah, same.
Because, what?
What if Chaos Galaxy is Mozz?
Bro, chill. He has a really good American accent.
Who?
Chaos Galaxy is Mozz, confirmed.
Yeah, seriously. What? Is he? You know what? That would kind of make sense. What? He just hates himself.
Mm-hmm.
He just created like an alternate personality to just spread ultimate hatred of Chaos Galaxy. Mozz does hate Chaos Galaxy. He just hates him.
What?
I'm pretty
He
sure
just
Mozz
hates
like
him.
hates Zach himself. Like, not just the game. Like he hates.
No, yeah. That's what I'm saying, is Mozz genuinely does not like Zack as a person, I think.
Chaos Galaxy is just slowed down Yu-Gi-Oh!
Chaos Galaxy is just bad.
Oversoul? Honestly, pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's
It's
too
its
much
own
over,
brand,
not enough
but-
soul.
Shapeshifters, best game in the community.
Food fight? Oh, bro, I'm nutting.
Zach equals Mozz.
So I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room. Were you guys there when Mozz got banned?
Yes,
No, actually.
I laughed. No, actually not.
Orange, my boy.
I saw it the next morning. It
Ah,
happened at like 1 a.m. my time.
is there like?
Mm,
Well, yeah, he's up early. He, if anything, harassing Sinfinite at like 2:00 in the morning must have been him. But like, I don't know. I hear weird.
what happened?
Yeah, seriously.
I think what it was. Because
Mozz
I think
was
it has
supposed
something
to be here to
do-
talk about it.
I think what it has to do was with Mozz changing his name to Infinite, and then
that wasn't why he
parentheses
got
Dogs of
banned.
War. That's not. What was it?
So he got okay.
Yeah, both Semi
Hopefully I don't
and
get
Mozz got
fired for
banned.
spilling some Ocha, but
Oh,
he
Time to talk shit.
but Mozz was him and Cool Kid were kind of spamming Astrom's channel, so he got kind of annoyed.
yeah,
Okay.
Which is completely understandable.
yeah.
Mhm.
And Astrom wanted to mute them, which go ahead. Like, I like Mozz, but if he's being annoying, he's being annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
100%.
And then I wasn't sure exactly what else happened, but they started like talking some shit. A little bit. I don't know. That it was a weird day in general.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Strom
wanna
said it
get
was a 24-hour ban. It was just like,
It wasn't originally.
oh, really?
I'm not going to go into detail, but it was. I'm
Yeah.
worried about getting fired.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't like. I was a little worried because I knew that you knew stuff and that you were gonna get on, and if we brought it up, you'd be on the spot. So I don't want you to say anything that you're not allowed to say.
Like, I will say I have issues with server leadership, but I'm still going to do my job the exact same way.
Do you do a job?
It's not what?
Do you do a job?
I've banned like 8 people.
Really?
Well, okay, that raid that happened.
Oh, the raid, dude! I didn't even hear about it until
Okay,
Mozz
That was
So
with the
I
rat,
was-
right?
Yeah, so I was.
That's
Yeah, I was
somebody did a good job.
That happened while I was studying for midterm. I had midterm. I had like a midterm due in like 2 hours that I was working on,
Oof.
and I had to spend the time dealing with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was a lot.
Like who
And
were
like
they?
I don't want to get into specifics, but I will say I requested stronger admin permissions before this happened because I knew it would, and I didn't get it. So
Well, I know, and you know, I DM'd Symphonite about the whole thing, and he's really stressed out about like what it means. He's worried about whether or not he's being a good enough leader. He's worried about if like he's doing right by the community. I don't know everything that's going on.
He's not a bad guy.
I know.
I feel like he's doing
Like-
okay. Just
Yeah, I know he's a good
that's
guy.
something. You know.
I also still stand by that. I think he's definitely doing better than Mind Flayer, but
He is.
yeah, I'd be wary about like what permissions were given to admins too, but I don't know if I don't know.
and then I don't want to go on a rant.
Yeah. No
Like-
rants. Just like
Like
keep
I
it
like
civilized.
I like Symphonite. I've been an admin on many different servers, so I have a lot of experience with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things I think should be done different.
I feel
So
like he should have just kept him muted. But I don't think the ban is really necessary. I think the mute.
I think if a soft ban is fine.
Well, this is what he mentioned, like having like a 3-strike policy or whatever, which is fine. But that is one thing I will stress on the podcast is we need to have official warnings in the server and have them documented if we're going to ban people after a certain amount of time. Because people don't know whether an admin getting them in trouble is a warning or not.
Yeah.
And neither do the other admin. So it's completely under the discretion of, for example, if I randomly think that Alpha Wookie is just being super annoying and he's been annoying too much and I just outright banned him, currently that would be in my right to do so, to give him a temporary ban.
I mean, he is annoying. I'm not
Like,
trying to throw shade.
Yeah, like if you're doing like your regular trolling, which whatever. But currently I would have a right because there's precedent on you doing it. But I think that shouldn't be the case. I think it should be more of a actual written documentation of I warned this guy for this reason.
Yeah.
Also, while I'm here, be wary for more raiders because there's a lot of like a weird amount of links being created for the server.
Yeah. Like what's going on?
Really?
Like, so just reading through the audit log, I noticed that like it'll be like created invite, and there's like a lot of users doing so.
There was
Not like a lot, but like a couple.
But like
There was
a couple
somebody-
creating a lot.
But like that's not a bannable thing at all.
Yeah.
It's just something to look
I
out
have
for.
I have a suggestion. There is a Diamond Monster Orb guy.
Yeah.
He can set up an anti-raid.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't.
Also,
I'm not going to go into
Why?
specifics.
the
'cause that would-
anti-raid didn't really. Okay, so all you had to do was get in and like type in some stuff, and then you're on the server. That was all that happened. Like, okay, so I'm sorry. Explain to me what like an anti-raid would do then.
Well, the way that because his thing was that you're supposed to either like do something in your DMs and you get verified. Obviously, it doesn't work for some reason. So I do it manually by giving the person the moderator, not moderator, membership role for my server. So maybe you could do something like that rather
That
than
kind of
having
only works if
verified
you've got
thing.
like enough people active, like who have the permission to do that, to give people a voice.
We shouldn't necessarily have to do that. We
Yeah, I
just
know.
need more active
Yeah.
admins. That's the way I see it. And like, I'm not saying like it's bad if people aren't active because we all have life to deal with, but we don't have enough. And like, for example, I don't want to throw any shade, but like, pretty much almost all of the old admins shouldn't be admin. Like, Shadink is the only one that ever gets on and does any sort of admin stuff currently.
Yeah.
And that's not saying like being mean, it's just if we can fill those spots with people that would do admin activities. Like, for example, Zero. I don't think I've ever seen Zero say something, or maybe one.
Oh gosh, I miss Zero.
I didn't know Astrom was an admin.
Yeah, and Astrom's on a decent amount when I'm not on, so that's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's more active at night.
Overload, like, used to be active. Hopefully they'll be active again because they're New Zealand, so it's a very useful time zone. But I don't know. Yeah, overall, I think the leadership on the server could be better, but it's not going to destroy it.
Yeah.
I think there are. I think
some people got the
factors.
Yeah.
But
I think some people got the position because they asked for it, but they didn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sir Godolot says, in my server we have a role, an infraction management channel where we can run a command to look at someone's Discord start date in our server and all previous offense. Then we can add an offense to a user based on a ticket, which is a private channel we use to let our community report players in private to our higher staff.
Yeah, but I feel like, so how would the reporting work? Because I feel like some shenanigans could go on about reporting.
Okay,
maybe
reporting stuff should be allowed, but like, so for example, I used to also both cast and play competitive Overwatch.
Yeah.
One of the worst experiences I've done, because the league was managed awful. My team had like tons of internal issues, and one person was just straight up being an asshole in my DMs. So I tried to report them, but the thing is, anyone can claim anything, even if you have screenshots. Like, I don't know, it's a way you can do it, and the way they tried to set it up was having a channel where you could where it would be displayed only to the admins, like he was saying. But for reporting directly to the admins, there's just way too much bickering, and then the admins just come to some consensus that never work.
I know. It's because anybody can say that you just summed it all up. It's just, a lot of times that kind of thing can become he said, she said situations. And those are always the worst.
Yeah.
So
I also feel like if you're gonna give admin, you should give it to the admins to people that you know best, that you know damn well that they're going to not, because hey, I can do this, then we do it.
And then another thing, like, I see where the like channel where you're talking to the higher ups like works. I definitely see where it does, but personally, I don't like it because I prefer getting a direct message from someone, because as someone reporting something, when it's like to me that seems like a bigger scale, and I report a lot less things. I think it's a lot easier and a lot more like social if you just talk to one person about it and they say, hey, I'll talk to the admins and get back to you.
Yeah. So.
And like, because no one should have to do work or like have to actually work on something if they're being attacked by someone. Like, they shouldn't have to put in a lot of effort to get that sorted.
Hmm.
Man, we went way off topic from HTCGs.
No, this is on topic. It's about the community.
Yeah.
But like, so I don't know. Semi DM me right now, and he was giving me some information on some stuff.
Sir Godola says to report someone, you basically go to a channel, react to a message, a new text channel is created, and only you and higher ups can see it. Higher ups can add players if you need more evidence, because we know we can't resolve their issue. People typically will DM one of our higher ups, and then they will tell the member whether it's worth opening up a ticket or not. But is this like what is this? Is this a bot or something? Like,
I don't know. Sir Gal Gadot, the actor who plays
Sir Dab a lot.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Goldalot has been putting a lot of information in the chat about how the adminship is run in whatever chat he's a part of.
Yeah.
Boys, we be peaking at 13 views.
7 likes.
Yeah, it keeps going up and down.
Dude.
It goes a minimum 11. The highest is 13. But at least it's like, we have like a good amount of people watching.
Yeah, this is weird. Like, I really appreciate everybody just tuning in, just seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you really know?
I feel
do.
professional as fuck.
I do. Like, honestly, I didn't, like, all of a sudden it's just the viewership's increasing.
Yeah. He says it's all run by a bot.
Hold on, I'm just typing something.
But
Yeah. I do see where that works, though, and especially if it was a lot larger of a server, that could be useful.
Is there anything else? Any other questions or that we need to do, or
No,
did we cover everything?
I think we've covered everything pretty thoroughly. Orange, I'd like to thank you for jumping on the podcast, being our first guest. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It was loads of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck with Pillars, my guy.
Apparently, you are the highlight of Kipo Nipo Saturday night.
What?
All right. Kuro asks at Pillars TCG, you ever nibble on your foreskin?
What? Where's that at?
Kuro does TCGs. Has just put it in the chat.
Well, I don't know. It depends for me, like, because it's kind of like a treat, you don't want to eat too much.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what are we talking about? Wait, what happened? What are we talking about?
He's going, do you nibble on your foreskin? And Orange is like, you don't want to bite on it too much because it's a treat. Yeah.
You guys can relate, right?
I mean, like, yeah, I can. Come on, look, dude, don't act like you don't nibble on.
Like, when you have a really hard day at work and you just get home and you just want to nibble on your foreskin.
How do you guys get uncircumcised?
Or who says that we were circumcised?
How do you?
You guys just keep like this turkey neck in your closet?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Man.
Well, like, you can just cut it off and then keep it for later.
Yeah.
I like with a box cutter?
You use it as a slingshot.
See, I was thinking of just. Oh god.
Oh man.
No, I was thinking of just tearing it off with pliers.
Can you imagine that tense scene from like Stranger Things where they're shooting the rocks at the Demogorgon and they're just using a foreskin instead?
Wait, you guys wanna ask the people?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's something we should do more often. Is just ask,
interact with them.
Yeah, interact. Well, I think we do a fair amount of interaction, but like near the end of the podcast, start asking the public some questions.
You guys got any questions or?
Yeah, like anything. Wait, so
just ask away.
Do you guys know how a scanner works, like a printer scanner?
No.
Like okay, so if I were to go, hey, could you scan this for me? Would you know how to scan something?
I mean, you stick the paper in.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go on a rant for a sec. My workplace commissioned some art. We got it.
Yeah.
We got the physical pieces of art. It is like beautiful watercolor done, and we wanted it photocopied in high resolution. That our printers do not have a high enough resolution that we wanted. So what we did is we're like, well, let's go down to the multimedia services over on campus, which they're supposed to be able to have high-tech operations over there. And I go over there and I say, hey, is there any way that we can scan this in the highest resolution we have? And they go, oh, there's only one person who works here that knows how to operate the printer. And
What?
there's only one person in this whole tech office that knows how to operate the printer, that we can come back in a week if we want, and they'll be back from vacation. And I go, can I operate it? And they go, no, no outside personnel is allowed to operate it. And this lady, kid you not, goes, but what you can do is you can email it to us, and then we can copy it for you later and send it back to you when she gets back. And I didn't know what I didn't know what that meant. I was like, no, we need this photocopied in the highest resolution that we can. And she's like, yeah, I know. So photocopy it, email it to me, and then we can print that out and photocopy it for you in the highest resolution we have.
What?
Genius.
My boss has told me not to go to UPS, that they'd charge me and they'd take forever. I walked over to UPS, I got it done in 2 minutes, and they didn't charge me a cent.
Bro.
See,
they are funded by the government, and they don't know how to work a printer.
That's
that just reminds me of when, like, you're helping your parents out with something, and they, like, an image, and they just grab a small picture and turns out to be really small, so they just stretch it out.
Yeah, and put it like on their Facebook or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's better.
Okay. So I don't know. I forgot. Damn it. I'm stuck. Like she photocopy it, and then we'll photocopy it for you.
No, yeah, that's what she said. She said, photocopy it, email it to us, and then we'll print it out, and then photocopy that in the highest resolution we have, and then we'll email that to you.
Bruh, yo, I just
realized the problem there.
You just realized the
Yeah, because I haven't been paying attention. I spaced out. Like I laid my head on the pillow, and then I was like,
He dozed off.
I dozed.
The bulldozer.
I think we should end the podcast
Yeah.
showing them the meme that Cards at Home made.
Did Cards at Home make a meme?
The meme with the JoJo's meme. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, sure. It's
Hey.
actually, Cards at Home likes to make memes, doesn't he? Like
Yes.
specifically about the TCG community.
Yes, he does.
Oh, dude, I made this meme from scratch.
Nobody cares about your meme.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I'm still talk about it.
Hold on. What the heck? Did Firefox change its logo all of a sudden? Oh, it's
hell no,
updating. Gross. Please just open up so I
You
can...
use Firefox?
For some reason, my computer's default browser is to Firefox, even though I have Google Chrome set up. So every time I'm using the open link, it's opening it in Firefox, and it's being slow.
Sir Godalot says Cards at Home is a meme.
Well, kinda.
Yeah, you guys just any questions you want to ask? I don't know.
The name of the image is Ora 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 Ora.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Damu, damu, damu.
Dum.
Never saw.
Wrong
Yeah.
anime.
I actually met somebody who thought that was from.
A quick crunch. I forgot about quick crunch. Oh man, that's so long ago.
Quick crunch. What are you talking about?
I forgot about quick crunch. I made it because a friend told me to. And I never want to take it off. It's too good of a video. It's back. It's back when my beard was actually like really, really big. Now I just have a small goatee.
My favorite.
Ah!
Yeah, I know. It's
Ah!
horrendous, but it's so good. It's back when I had braces.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh, I'm
It's
about
not
to
even
play.
a quick crunch. There's like 5 seconds of nothing.
What the fuck is Edge?
Quick crunch.
Microsoft Edge.
No, the
Yeah,
best
what is
video, in my opinion, that I've ever made is Steven Eats a Steven. I really need more TCG videos, but fuck, man. I might just make a new channel because, like, Steven Eats a Steven.
Wait. Hold on. I wonder if I can find this.
So you guys are just cringe.
Yeah, honestly. We knew that.
Crunch.
Who's what?
We knew that.
That who?
You guys just ever, like, quickly crunch?
No. I savor my crunches.
Okay.
But yeah, is there anything
Oh,
else that we need to cover?
found
Or is
it.
this it?
I found it. I made this
Found
meme.
Oh God, no.
When this, I made this meme when what you call it, the whole drama about soaps and Mr. Monster was going on. I was like, I was tired of it. I gotta make something for this. Hold up.
Yo, Mr. Monsters looks like Smeagol.
Who?
God damn it!
Slothe! Fine. This is the end of the podcast, everybody.
No, I stopped. Don't worry.
Thanks for coming by. If you then you should totally check out our channels and dab on us because we're pathetic little shits.
No, just me.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Orange, I really appreciate you getting on the podcast and telling us about your game and your channel. If there's like a last minute thing that you want to say before we end the stream here, it's your mic.
I just want to say thank you for having me out. This was very fun. Not really anything I need to add. I think it was a very well done podcast.
Well, we all know Slothe made it work.
I have something I want to say real quick.
Okay, Mango.
Sorry about that. So there's this one thing that I like about our podcast is usually we sort of end things out with something stupid.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's playing, if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is? It's not playing the fucking song. Like, they're not singing it, but goddamn it. I was trying to do 20 years back and it didn't work. It did not work.
Did you find the Dinosaur Squad?
I tried to, but it didn't play. It didn't have anyone's song.
No. I can get it for you boys. Hold on. It'll play it in it'll play it in my desktop audio, and the stream will be able to hear it. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Dinosaur Squad.
I remember Dinosaur
This
King.
Mr. Monster meme will never catch me soaps now after I shift into maximum autism overdrive. Can I get 20 likes on this video? He looks so Why does he always look so depressed? Dude, he looks like a big baby. He looks like a
Honestly.
baby with a really, really tiny mini pompadour.
2-hour compilation? Hold on. Dinosaur Squad 2-hour compilation?
Let's go. Orange is like, oh my god, can we just like not do this?
Do what?
No, I just got stuck on the fact that I looked up Mr. Monster to see if that's how he always looked.
Yes.
And he has a video titled "Smosh made a video about me."
Yes.
And then it's time to tell the truth. Copying Mr. Beast. And another video titled "How to Get a Shout Out from Smosh."
I know. We've talked about this on the podcast. I have a hatred of Mr. Monster. I'll let this play. Hold on. I'm Dino Squad. Okay. Anyway. So I could dedicate a whole podcast to just talking about Mr. Monster. Honestly, I could.
That'd be the next podcast then. Let's go.
I have so many problems with Mr. Monster that I could talk about him the whole podcast. So basically, here's what happened. If you know about the whole drama thing, this is why this makes me mad. He goes, let's get me up to 1,000 subscribers. And he doesn't put out any videos the entire time. And then he makes a video going, I'm leaving the TCG community because you guys didn't get me up to 1,000 subscribers. Being that guy, all right? And we all give him hate for it because that's dumb. From there, he does not learn his lesson because Smosh makes a Mr. Beast parody called Mr. Monster, and people see the video and go, oh, I wonder if Mr. Monster is a real channel, and they find Mr. Monster's channel, start subscribing to him, and then some other stuff happens. I do care, but I don't care. I'm honestly not going to explain it again. I've explained it on, I don't remember which podcast. It could have been the second or third one.
It was the second one.
It was the second.
Should I change my video to my channel name to Mr. Monster then?
Just do it. Honestly, everybody...
Can everyone in the TCG community
just change their name to Mr. Monster? Please, for the love of all that is holy, can everybody in the TCG community change their name to Mr. Monster?
Yes, and if anybody, if he has a social media, just start spamming him with just pictures of just showing that everyone is Mr. Monster. Next podcast, if you want, we could talk about Mr. Monster, and then when we do, send it to Mr. Monster.
So Mr. Monster would probably be like, how to get the whole TCG community to talk about you.
Gone wrong.
Not clickbait.
Gone sexual.
Guys, I have a girlfriend. She's gonna be in this video with me.
I think that if we do talk about Mr. Monster, we should talk about how much he looks like such a bottom.
Oh my gosh. We are not going to talk about Mr. Monster. When I say it, I'm being serious. But like,
weren't we gonna end the podcast?
Yes, we were. And then
Mr. Orange end
this
podcast.
Is what I'm talking about. I have a problem. Mr. Monster came up and I was like,
hold on.
So, gosh, this train wreck.
Gosh, idiots!
Oh,
Smith moves, Dorka Hunt.
What?
You don't remember that?
What? What is that from?
Have you never seen Total Drama Island?
Oh my gosh.
Total Drama Island is trash.
It is, but I like it.
No, his theme song is a bop though, and you can't say
It is.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah, the theme song is catchy. Yeah.
All right, boys,
But,
we gotta.
I wanna be.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
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 See ya.
Well.